Did you get your graphics card?
Nope, they did not have it on sale. I was so mad.
Like, they just didn't have it?
Yeah, like it. All right, so remember how I told you it said February 3rd, right?
Yeah.
They just got rid of that. So
There we go.
it just said expected delivery. I mean, it's just an expected date, none available. And I was like, so it said February 3rd before, but now you're just like, nah, cut that. But I mean, I could purchase a photo of a graphics card, which seemed to be the most popular thing on eBay. So, photo of a graphics card.
I got you, dog. I'm selling this on eBay.
But not like dead ass. Like the post would just be. I don't know if you've seen the posts, but they'll be like RTX 3070 picture, and then he'll say this is to catch bots. You will receive a genuine RTX 3070 picture. No returns, no refunds.
That's dope. I have not seen those.
Yeah,
I've seen box. Like they're just selling boxes.
Mm-hmm.
Like here's a 3080 box, $20.
See, like
who needs a box?
Yeah, like even that. You know what? Sometimes I need a box. Like
yeah,
but
you just put it behind you.
And it's just like yeah, $20. You could do that, but yeah, people are just selling $830 photos, and I think that's hilarious.
I like that.
But also, like, as somebody who is genuinely looking, so there was one seller who had a 3070. He had one that said pick in the description. So I mean, what's it called, in the title? So I read that and I was like, okay, this is obviously fake. And then he had one that didn't, and I was like, see, the one that doesn't have it in the title is really messed up, because now I'm thinking, okay, so that's the fake one, but this is the real one.
Yeah.
But they're both fake. So, nah, I'm not feeling it.
I made my first eBay purchase ever when I got this new graphics card, and it took me a while to trust what I was doing.
I have a whole channel pretty much dedicated to eBay purchases.
Yeah, that's very true. You do.
Yeah.
I still don't trust it.
I don't either.
Although I am selling my old graphics card on there, and it's doing pretty well because the market is so trash. This thing is not worth how much it's selling for.
You put it for auction or buy now?
Mm-hmm.
You put it for auction? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Look at you.
There was a buy now price, but it's also up for auction.
True.
So I've already made more than I spent on it, and it's like a 3-year-old card.
Good.
Last year. I'm like, okay, great. We're in a drought.
If they're people like me, then they are hurting. They really want these cards.
That was it. I mean, yeah, I spent more than I should have on this new card, but I was like, whatever. I didn't need it, but whatever.
Yeah, my current computer can't, like, it doesn't have the power supply to run a higher capacity card. So okay. I would have to dismantle it, but it's interesting because I would basically have to dismantle it and put in a new power supply, which is doable.
Mm-hmm.
But then you're like, all right, can your CPU take it? And I'm like, well, my CPU used to be able to, well, not used to, it's able to take a 1080 card, right? So that should have the same power input as like the 30 series compatible cards. But yeah. I don't want to risk it, so I'm just going to build a whole new machine.
Why not? When are you going to build this machine? Next year? It's not looking good.
I'm telling you, as soon as the graphics card is available, I'll be able to have access to all the pieces. So I could just, as soon as the graphics card is available, I could just buy everything. Or I could just buy everything now and wait for a graphics card. But I feel like that's half-assed. Like, I could put my money in better places. Because these graphics cards might not show up until summertime.
Yeah.
So
what are you gonna run it? Intel or AMD?
I'm gonna run AMD. I'm sorry if you're watching this, sister. I don't think she is. But
Yeah, I mean, you should be because you do video editing, and I mean, you get all those cores, all those threads for cheap. I'm running a Ryzen 5. It's fire. It's great.
yeah, I'm probably gonna get a Ryzen 9. But even when I was talking to her, I was like, yo, look at the difference in price between like this Ryzen 9 and the Intel
Core
i9.
Yeah,
Like,
the i9. Yeah, it's crazy. The value you get out of the Ryzen cards is nuts.
yeah, so
Or the chips. Yeah.
I'm just like, I'm sorry, but
You might as well.
the cost means more to me at this point.
You're not gonna overclock it, are you?
Nah.
No. See, you're good. I mean, you can overclock a Ryzen card or a chip, but it doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm. You overclock anything. I could also get like the Ryzen 9 like Threadripper and really destroy everything.
Those things are like this big. They're huge. Yeah, no. And plus with a Ryzen, like all you need is like, well, you'll probably need more RAM because you're at video editing, but only need like 16 gigs of like decent RAM.
Yeah, I'm probably looking at 32 gigs of RAM, and if not that, then maybe 64. Like, it might go all out because I have 32 gigs of RAM in my computer right now, but I don't know how, if you are watching this and we keep this in and you know how technology works, please let me know how I can. So there's supposed to be the I don't even remember what anything is called right now, but you're supposed to be able to go in and change the hertz of the speed of the card. I mean the memory that you're using. So like my I think I have 3166 megahertz, and I think my computer is at like 2166, something like that. Those numbers are similar to whether it's a 20. My RAM is running at 2400, and the capacity is 3166.
Yeah.
So it just defaults to the 2400, and I'm like, I just want it to go faster.
Yeah.
And
you have to load it. Did you load up the XMP profile?
I don't know what's going on, but like, it doesn't have the what is it called? Like when you press F2 to get into the system.
The BIOS?
Yeah, it doesn't have like the actual BIOS, and it's confusing me. Like I've looked up tons of videos and stuff with similar Asus models, and they have like the actual designed BIOS, but this BIOS is like it looks like the old one, like from Windows XP, just like the blue screen, and then it goes black screen, and you could only change minimally.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I see what you're saying. There's no like advanced options.
Yeah, there's no advanced BIOS. Yeah.
Oh shit.
It's just like if I
you
have.
Can't even access your memory through that.
I can.
You can like look at.
I can look at. Yeah, I can look at it, but I can't change it. And I just don't know why. Like I was looking at somebody, I was just like, I don't understand why this is not here. I was like, do I gotta update something? Do I have to download something? Just not there.
And you looked up your exact model?
Mm-hmm.
And there's no there's no way to. Yikes.
Yeah.
I would say do it through something else, because sometimes there's others, like your graphics card software might have a way to boost the RAM, but XMP is probably the safest way to do it. Damn, that's weird.
Yeah. And I was just like I kept looking, and I was like, why isn't this working? And then I just gave up, and I was like, you know what, whatever. Because I had no, it is 2166. So 2166 is the minimum. So my 16 gigabytes was running at 2400, but my 32 gigabytes is running at 2166.
Wait,
And
you have 2 sticks? One is 16, one's 32?
no. All right, so
Oh, I see.
I have 4 slots.
Yeah.
I used to have 2 8 GB sticks that were running at 2400, and now
Okay.
I have 2 16 GB
Got it.
sticks that are running at 2166.
Okay. But you can't overclock your RAM because you can't get into your BIOS.
Yeah.
Okay. That's great.
Like every Asus video, like I watched so many videos on YouTube. Every Asus video, it shows like the advanced BIOS, and it shows like their dedicated system that they have for BIOS. Yeah. This computer for some reason does not have it. It's just the blue screen. And
yeah, I think you got some weird pre-built Asus motherboard.
Yeah, so that's exactly why I'm just like, nah. Yeah, we making something.
You got my first motherboard.
Yeah.
You got no settings.
It's just like,
right.
This is not good enough for you?
Yeah.
And I'm like, bruh, so why would you have 4 slots if you didn't want me to upgrade the RAM? They're like, I don't know.
Well, at least you can hold on to that RAM and
yeah,
get
exactly.
your new system.
Yeah.
What kind of RAM? What do you have?
Corsair Vengeance.
Yeah.
Not RGB.
Yeah, mine's not RGB either. I just have the white sticks.
I got black sticks.
Damn, dog. Now I see how you feel. Welcome to the Don't Fake Podcast. we're recording live from somewhere as we continue to do our tech talk. We'll just start all of these with tech talk.
Exactly.
I'm Shah.
I'm Shaheer.
And that's Shaheer. We didn't introduce ourselves last time.
Did we ever?
So you probably... I don't know.
I think we did it at the end of last episode, actually.
Yeah, we might have.
Yeah.
Well, we like to keep people guessing. This is episode F on our 62-part series of the rise and fall of dedicated MP3 players. So thank you for joining us. We're here now.
Well, we
what was your favorite
definitely
MP3
talk
player?
about the Z phone last time.
we did talk about Zunes. That was fire. How was Sundance? Did you see Questlove's documentary?
I did. I'm so happy. Yeah, that shit was fire. It's crazy. Like, all right, so yeah, it's just ridiculous that there was a festival 50 years ago, or over 50 years ago now, that was just sitting in the basement of somebody's home, just on film. And they
wait. So I thought this was like Woodstock.
So
it wasn't.
So the same year as Woodstock, there was the Harlem Cultural Festival of 1969. So it took place during the summer. It was in Harlem, and it had pretty much every big black act. I said act. Big black act on the stage. Like it was. I believe
you saying Big Black.
I believe it was a weekend. It might have been longer than a weekend, but. It was a festival, and yeah, so all these acts perform, and there were people telling about the experience. It was during the same time as the America landing on the moon, and it was, and yeah, it was the weekend of July 22nd, like, and it was like it was cool, like. And then they were trying to sell it. The person who shot it was trying to sell the actual footage to somebody, and they ended up like labeling it as Black Woodstock, and nobody wanted to buy it because it was black acts. So it just went into a basement, and it was there for years. And yeah, someone found out. I guess I didn't hear the backstory about it. I'll probably watch the Q&A at some point eventually, but somebody found out about it. They were able to get it and digitize it, and then they had people who actually attended the festival sit down, and then acts from the festival sit down and talk about what was going on, and just in the way that they intercut between the current events that were happening during the times, they juxtapose it with the assassination, like the 60s are horrible, the assassination of John F. Kennedy, assassination of Malcolm X, the assassination of Martin Luther King, and then after the festival, the assassination of Fred Hampton. Like there's, you have just a gang of, like what's going on. So they, so they have that in there. They're talking about, there's like a nice little piece, going with like what's going on in the black community in correlation to everybody being excited about like the moon landing, like white people around the United States are like, oh my gosh, we finally landed on the moon, it's crazy, they landed on the moon, and then black people are like, hey yo, we could have done something else with that money.
Yeah. Damn, I never thought about that. So did Questlove like produce it?
He directed
together. He directed it. Oh shit! Damn.
Yeah,
that's dope that they got the acts like to come talk.
Yeah, they got a few of the acts. Of course, a lot of them passed, but they got like Stevie was in it. Stevie Wonder. Nice. They got the Fifth Dimension, or at least two members of the Fifth Dimension. The other one possibly passed. I'm not sure.
Okay.
They got a few of the. They had a few people that were there. A few of just black people who are right in the journalism world, and then so it was cool.
Yeah. Did you see Judas and the Black Messiah also?
Yes.
Speaking of Fred Hampton,
I saw 32 films. That was one of them. I saw 32 feature films. I saw another 12 short films, I think.
How was that? How was Judas and the Black Messiah?
Judas and the Black Messiah was really good. Like even with that, like I was saying with the with Summer of Soul, it's just like it's in a world where like black people have been persecuted, especially in a situation in the 60s, and this is when the Black Panther Party is really coming up, and they're at the target of the FBI right now, because they've already got Malcolm, they've already got Martin. It's like the big voice right now is Fred Hampton, and they're doing everything in their power to make sure that they're able to get rid of him and this in this Black Panther Party, and the ways that they went about it are wild, and it's definitely a story that I think should be told. I had said in my review, I posted many reviews of everything on Sundance on Instagram, and I was just like, while I enjoyed the movie, I'm not quite sure that I'm not 100% sure of the approach that the movie took, because it's from the perspective essentially of a cop, because he's an informant. And it's like
Lakeith Stanfield.
Yeah, Lakeith Stanfield. And Lakeith Stanfield is really good in the film. Like, he puts on a really good performance, but at the same time, it's just like, it kind of diminishes the voice of the Black Panther Party, and it kind of diminishes the voice of Fred Hampton, because it's from a third party perspective, even though it was actually Fred Hampton Jr., who was his son, was a consultant on it, and I believe his mom was a consultant as well.
Okay.
I forgot her name right now, but she used to be Deborah Johnson. She changed her name. And it's like, so on one hand it's like, all right, at least you got the perspectives of the family there, but on the other hand, I'm still like, the only reason this movie was made is because it came from the cop's perspective, and even though it painted the FBI in a way that wasn't positive, it still has so much to do with the FBI, and it's just like, but it's like, they did the same thing with American Gangster with Frank Lucas, and two totally different people. You have somebody who's trying to rise for the people, and then you have somebody who brought drugs into the community. But Black Dynamite, I sell drugs to the community. So different stories. Just
watch Black Dynamite.
Oh yeah, but obviously.
Yeah, just watch that instead.
That's what I was saying.
So yeah, I mean, I guess that's kind of disappointing because I didn't want to watch a cop movie.
Yeah.
I hope it's not a cop movie.
It's
But-
not. It's not a cop movie in a sense that he gets away with. So they kind of frame it in a situation where he invests in into the Black Panther Party, and it's one hand where he's like, yo, I'm just trying to live my life and everything, and he's like, I'm not really trying to do this, and then the cops are pretty much pressuring him, and he's like, all right, I guess I'll do it, and then he gets more pressed, and it ends up putting him in a situation where he ends up just being the worst. So that's really the issue at hand, is that like he is just literally the worst. But yeah, it's not like cop centric. Like he's not going into the station,
Okay.
and they're not like, all right, we're gonna train you, here's your gun and badge. He's just a black dude who just has to talk to the people.
Yeah.
And
Internal conflict.
Yeah, exactly. The internal conflict, and it's really interesting because like he ended up committing suicide.
Oh wow.
In I believe 1989 or 1991, right after he revealed his identity, because I mean, it is weird because this is kind of spoilers, but it also wasn't in the movie, so it doesn't really matter. But he did a documentary where he revealed his face for the first time and talked about his involvement in the death of Fred Hampton and the dismantling of the Black Panther Party. So he did a documentary, I think it was in 1989, and then when it was aired, that same night that it aired, he ended up walking into traffic and taking his own life. And it's just like, I'm sure it messed him up, but at the same time, it's just like, when you watch it, especially like when you hear the context in which he became an FBI informant, it's just like, if you weren't Lakeith Stanfield and I didn't have a vested interest in like you as a person, because I feel like you're like a cool person, like a good actor, like
Yeah.
it would it's hard for me to like play you in a sympathetic way. Like I find it hard to have like a lot of emotion for you because of the way that everything went down. And it's like, I don't want to spoil it. I mean, it comes out next week. It'll probably be it'll be a week away from when we release this. But like the context in which he got into that situation, it might be public news, public record too, but like the way that he got in the situation is just like, and then juxtaposed to what was happening to Fred Hampton at the time, it's just like, oh, this is all bad. You're the worst. So I feel like it's spectacular roles. Daniel Kaluuya as Fred Hampton is incredible, but like it's like they try to give you that sympathy card for
Lakeith.
For Lakeith Stanfield, but it's hard as a black person. Maybe as a white person, they'll be like, oh, I understand this, but nah, as a black person, it's like, as a person of color in general, it's like, nah, fam.
That's I guess the title of the movie makes sense now. I didn't know the story, so I'm like, oh, okay, Black Judas and the Black Messiah, that makes sense now.
Yeah.
Is it I don't want to make this comparison, but did you, as you were describing it, I'm like, I'm getting Black Klansman vibes, even though Black Klansman was kind of like a quote unquote fun movie to watch.
Nah.
Would you compare those at all? No.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Yeah. There's like honestly, I would compare this with American Gangster.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah, I would compare this with American Gangster more than I would compare it with Black Klansman. And then but I mean, so like vibe wise, more American Gangster. Story wise, obviously, because you're dealing with someone who infiltrated, it's gonna be Black Klansman-esque, but
sure.
More yeah, what did they say? It was like something I forgot. But yeah. That's what it's
Black Klansman was like fun to watch. This doesn't sound fun to watch.
Nah. Like it's fun for a moment. And it's like cool to see everything.
I'm sure it's cool seeing
down.
like Fred Hampton like do his thing and like
and
all
then
that
it's
stuff.
just like sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sucks. Was it a good Sundance though?
It was a good Sundance. So the movies, so that's gonna be one of the movies I like. There was Passing with Ruth Negga and Tessa Thompson. That's a movie that I enjoyed as well. So I guess my top 5 movies there would be Judas and the Black Messiah, Passing, On the Count of Three, which is probably my favorite film there. That's Gerard Carmichael, and then
Nice.
it would be Coda, which is actually a real fun movie, and that's going to be on Apple TV Plus at some point this year.
Was that Flying Lotus?
They bought
Did
it.
he have a hand in that movie?
No. Coda is a film about a girl. Her entire family, her parents and her brother are all deaf, and she can hear, so she's the only one who could speak. And
Interesting.
they're a boating family. And basically they pretty much rely on her for translations and stuff like that. She's still in high school and she loves to sing. So it's basically revolves around her and her trying to find her passion in singing and try to pursue that. And her family not understanding it because they have no like thought of music. Like they can't hear it. Like,
oh shit. Okay.
So yeah, they're like I know like one line in it is the girl is like I love to sing, it's my passion, and the mom responds, if I was blind would you want to become a painter? And it's like, damn, when you think about it, it's it sucks because you can't share in your talent with the family, but it's something that you love to do and you're good at. So yeah, but it's more funny. It's like a equal part drama and comedy. It's like a nice
charming.
Sundance dramedy. It's charming. The parents are hilarious. There's like a scene in the middle of the movie that is ridiculous. But yeah, I would recommend everybody to watch that. The craziest thing in the movie that kind of took me out of it is that the teacher decided that the 2 white people would be the leads in the duet for the school show when there were 2 black kids that were vocally outshining them by miles. Like, because they show there's a scene before where they're like trying to figure out she joins the choir at the school and they're trying to figure out what register everybody is in, so they have to sing happy birthday, and they show all of the kids singing happy birthday, and there's just like this black girl who kills it, this Hispanic girl who kills it, this black guy who kills it, and then it cuts to her and she runs away, she doesn't do it, and that might be a spoiler, but anyways, so when they finally hear her sing, they're like, yo, we want you to do the duet with homeboy, and I'm just like, never in a million years. Like, I 100% no, emphatically no, there's no way this would happen. But it, like I told Brandon when I was like, it makes sense because it would be really awkward if like the whole point of the movie was this girl telling her parents that like singing was her passion, but she's like in the background. Like, come to my show. Right. Like, see the show and she's just in the background. Just na-na-na-na-na.
Yeah.
Na-na-na-na-na. Like, she must be great. She's in the back. She's a tree. She's flourishing. And then there's just this black girl in the front killing it.
Yeah. Oh, man. So you're out here watching movies now?
I mean, 33 deep. 33 deep.
Isn't that more than you've seen like last year? Did you stop watching movies for a bit?
I mean, I've
Outside of,
stopped
like,
watching
big-
movies. I just don't really watch movies. Yeah, but
Yeah,
I think
not
this
either.
brought me back. Also, I got a bigger TV for my room, so I'm more
Okay.
inclined.
24 inches. So
43.
oh,
You know,
43.
something nice for the room. I didn't
Get
want to
that
get
QLED.
I didn't want to get 55. That would be ridiculous. And
Yeah.
nah, I didn't get QLED. I got the cheapest TCL TV possible. It's gonna,
Whatever.
track my voice with the remote. But it's whatever.
We almost bought a CX whatever LG CX OLED
Mhm.
over the holidays, but couldn't justify spending $1,800 or whatever on a television.
I mean, I could if I if I so I bought the TV specifically to watch Sundance on it
Oh, okay.
because I was like, I was just basically being nice. Brandon doesn't respect me, but I was like, yeah, I don't want to kick, but like Brandon, like basically, stays in the living room and he's watching
Yeah.
TV out there. I was like, I don't want to, throw him off of his old game, so I'll just watch it in my room. But then I was like,
Yeah.
oh, I only have this 27-inch monitor in my room, so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get a TV. And I ended up getting a TV, and it worked pretty well. Like 43 inches is like the perfect size for
Yeah.
the bedroom, I think. Like
Mhm.
you could get bigger, and honestly, like maybe I will if I get a bigger room. But
Yeah.
yeah, like the distance between me watching the TV and the size, like it's perfect. So
Yeah, it's
So,
gonna
yeah,
be
and
interesting, like how like home theater setups are gonna change.
Mhm.
Especially, I mean, I'm just thinking of HBO and them putting everything out.
yeah, but that's what I was
like,
saying. So
next
like
week.
if there was a situation where like I was doing this again, or
Yeah,
I was like watching all of these HBO blockbusters, like
yeah,
if there was a QLED TV for like $2,200 and it was like a
Mhm.
96-inch, I'd be like, hey yo, I'm
Yeah.
gonna commandeer this whole wall so that I can
Yeah.
watch these movies on it. But I mean, like I have a 55-inch in the living room. I want a 70-inch,
yeah.
which is like, I mean, once you get there, you might as well get the 86-inch, right?
Might as well.
So
Yeah, well, we have a 65. It's okay. I think we
Mhm.
want to go 70 or something. But
Yeah.
like I'm not gonna watch Godzilla on my 24-inch monitor.
exactly.
Like, yeah, it's nice, 144 frames IPS, but I'm other than playing a game on here, I'm not gonna sit here and watch a blockbuster movie. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
You need a nice
Because-
TV for that.
I mean, and then it is funny because now that I think about it, I'm just like, I'm sitting here looking at like my 43-inch TV that I got for my bedroom,
Yeah,
and I'm like, yo, I remember when my friend got his first 40-inch TV, and I thought it was like huge, and we were playing video games on it, and I was like,
Yeah,
yo,
yeah,
this
yeah.
is crazy, because I
Yeah.
mean, during that time, I still had a tube TV, and I think it's like a 24-inch tube TV, so it's 4x3, so when you're watching, widescreen stuff on it,
Yeah.
it's even short, it's probably like a 17-inch screen, so I'm just like, yo, this is crazy. And now that joint's in my room, and I'm like looking at it right now, and I'm just like, yo, I thought this was huge when I first like looked at it. And then
Yeah.
like even the 55-inch in my living room, I remember when we got a 55-inch TV for the house, and I think I swear it's just because I like the width, because the 55-inch TV at that time was a little bit bulkier, right? So
Yeah.
like I would look at it in the entertainment center, like, yo, this is a big TV, and I look at it in my living room, and I'm like, that's good. This could be bigger. So like, I think about the day when I think so. Two things gonna happen. It's gonna be like there's gonna be like an influx of projectors, especially if people have big rooms, so that they can basically project onto a whole wall. And they, like I don't know if you've seen I think it's LG. They have projectors where like from 4 inches away there's a 90-inch throw.
Oh, I did
So
not know that.
So like
That's crazy.
that's ridiculous. So imagine like the field of view you could get when you pull
Yeah.
that back, and it's 4K quality. So it's I mean, I think it's like $4,500 to buy just the projector, but it's wild. So
That's
you know
wild.
that exists. So you know there's a what's it called? The cost depreciation, like the value of tech. Once it's introduced, it's an extraordinary number, and then the price goes
Right.
to the floor because new technology is being developed. Like they're putting this out, and they're working on the 16K one where you could put it literally on the wall and project on the whole wall. Like that's what they're working on right now, probably.
Yeah.
So like that's gonna be $1,000 in 2 years, and it's gonna be like, yo, why would I not buy this? Buy that a good speaker system, and you have your home theater right there.
Yeah. I've been watching Cobra Kai.
Good.
It's great.
It is. It's absolutely fantastic.
Have you seen all of it?
Of course.
I have one more episode left in season 3, and it was a nice surprise. I was like, okay, this might be kind of cheesy and weird and whatever. And I don't have that kind of like affinity for like Karate Kid. But then I realized like this is like very funny, and charming, and like it's got like the 80s cheesiness to it, but that's kind of like what makes it kind of great. And also like just good writing, like good characters, annoying teenage Netflix drama, but like the fact that they took like the bully from the first Karate Kid movie and made him like the most dynamic, like conflicted character in this like revival TV show is crazy.
So it's funny. We were talking because at my job we had to create like a banner for our like profile pages, right? So and they were like, yeah, so if you could just give us like a few photos of you, and I was like, right, photos of me. And then they were like, yeah, it looks like you're spending the weekend being like Johnny in Cobra Kai. that
montage was amazing.
A
I was
butterfly wall reading.
He's like looking at the art. Eating the sushi and shit.
So I was like genuinely like, I think the last photo that I have of me like doing something is from 2014. I've been a recluse for the past few years.
Eagle Fang Karate.
So yeah, so they made that joke. But the one thing I will say is that the town is horrible, and all the adults are stupid. Like so yeah, because when they did the hearing, this might be a slight spoiler, but when they did the hearing. And Miguel came and did the impassioned speech and everything, but they let Kreese talk, and they were like, yo, he's a army vet and everything, and then they're like, yeah, no, they're like, yeah, no, he's a cool person, they're not doing anything wrong with the dojo, and you're like, yo, first of all, disregarding the school fight, there was a physical assault of a kid. They broke his arm.
Yeah.
Like that's
and because they started the fight, it was justified.
Yeah, that's a jailable offense.
Yeah.
So I have no idea how like they wouldn't just be like, I mean, obviously you could see that Cobra Kai is just sociopaths. They're all like, he just found sociopaths.
Yeah.
And
he found like all the kids that would become serial killers, but he just taught them karate.
Yeah, and so this is my thought. This is my theory right now. It doesn't give anything away in the rest of the series in the season because you have one episode left. But like a common thread in this season is showing Kreese's backstory. Right. And it revolves around him being involved in the Vietnam War. Yeah. And talking to his superior, and his superior introducing him to karate and everything. Mm-hmm. And I'm thinking that this is not even for like life skills. This is Kreese recruiting for the U.S. Army. Like, I feel like he is the head of a tactical unit.
Interesting.
that is like trying to recruit people, because just look at the people that he's recruiting. He's recruiting people who are like filthy and vile in their technique, like people who show no mercy, and never surrender. Never give up, never surrender. Strike first, strike fast, no mercy. Like he's building them to be murdering machines in the United States military.
Yeah.
I feel like he's destroying their lives from a perspective, from a school's perspective, especially because, I mean, look at Tori. She ended up getting expelled. It's like he's breaking these children down to build them up into super soldiers.
Yeah, I think that is a like Marine tactic, is like you break them down to turn them into like killers.
Yeah, because
that's some shit they do.
The only alternative is that he's just truly a vile, evil, like wicked man, which, I mean, it's probably the case.
But he's trying to make an army of kids that know karate.
Yeah, but I think he's just trying to like make his unit like in 2020 or 2021, whenever they set this year. That was the only thing that confused me too, is that they were like, yo, Miguel's been in the hospital for 2 weeks, but then they were going back to school. And I was like, how does that work?
Yeah. I mean,
when did this fight take place?
The stuff with Miguel, I was like, this is kind of insensitive to people who are paraplegic. Like, I don't like this at all. But I will say, like, I just want a show of him and Johnny.
Yeah.
Like, after I finish the season, probably tonight, I want to go back and watch season 1 again, because it's like so ingrained in like their relationship. Yeah, and that's my favorite part of the show. It's dope, and it made me want to it made me go back and watch those 3 movies. Yeah. Because there's so many callbacks, references. But also,
that's
like,
the only thing. Is just like, I don't remember. I'm just sitting here like, damn, do I not remember Karate Kid 2 at all?
Yeah.
So like,
you don't have to remember Karate Kid 2. It's not that good. But there's like a whole arc that's focused around Karate Kid 2 in season 3. And like, so once that arc started, I was like, oh, I got to go back. And I watched it, and then I came back and watched the other episodes. I'm like, okay, I kind of get it now, but like, yeah, just watch 1 and 3. Karate Kid 3 is great.
So not the next.
They're all on Amazon. I don't want to watch that. I feel like I probably did at some point when I was a kid, but
they got to give a cameo to Hilary Swank.
I hope so. I mean,
I've seen the next Karate Kid at least twice on UPN. Back when UPN was a channel.
Rest in peace, UPN. That's what's cool about this show too, is like they literally bring back every single person. Like those 2 episodes or whatever where like Johnny's hanging out with his old crew. Yeah, those are all the same dudes. I like looked up on IMDb and I'm like, how the hell did they pull this off? Yeah, and it's like I think that like a lot of the same people that were working on the movies, like production and like shit, or like and writers, I think they're still working. Like I think they're working on this show,
and it's executively produced by Will Smith.
Is that Will Smith?
Yeah.
Is that just some other dude named Will Smith?
All right, so it's Will Smith because his company bought Karate Kid. That's why the Jaden Smith Karate Kid.
Right.
Yeah. So
the true one, the real Karate Kid.
Yeah. So his company Overbrook Entertainment bought the rights to the Karate Kid franchise.
Interesting.
Which allowed him to have that vehicle for the Karate Kid in 2010, I believe, is when it came out with Jackie Chan, and then they decided to do this one with and I guess they approached Overbrook Entertainment, and Overbrook was cool with it. So yeah, they're partners on the partners on the show. So yeah, you just see the credits and it's like Will Smith, and you're just like, it's funny.
I'm like, oh wow, that's interesting. It's great. Like Ralph Macchio and I guess William Zabka or whatever.
William Zabka.
They're both great. Like they're both still really solid actors. Ralph Macchio's kind of one note, but like it's fine.
Yeah.
That's a good ass show. Also, I'll probably finish that tonight. I hope Netflix doesn't ruin it.
No, I don't.
And make it like too dramatic.
Nah,
because this season's like pretty like it's like very teen drama.
Yeah, but it also wasn't. They filmed this before they were even picked up by Netflix.
Oh, word.
And they wrote and were in production of season 4 before then too. So yeah.
Oh, dope. Okay, that's cool then. That's a good show. Did you see do you see Macklemore? Like,
no.
They for some reason they asked him about him winning the Grammy over Kendrick like last week or something.
Why?
It's really funny. It's really funny because he essentially like not on purpose quoted Kendrick Lamar and he's like, I was conflicted. And I immediately just started I remember when you was conflicted.
Misusing your influence.
So you don't know what you just did.
Oh man, what was it? Was it TMZ or something?
Relevant. I don't even know what it was. I think I was like 2 Dope Boys or something reported on it on like Twitter or some shit. But it was it was probably.
Why are
TMZ.
you talking to Macklemore about this in 2021? That was 2013 that happened.
Yeah.
Or 14. What is
did you didn't watch his like Donald Trump freestyle or whatever that he put out like 3 weeks ago?
Nah, but I'm also the same person that will 100% go to my grave saying that I believe that The Heist might be a better album than Good Kid, Mad City.
You're The Heist is I think one of your favorite albums ever. Don't look for it. Don't look for it. I like that it's nearby. You always keep The Heist nearby.
Oh nah, I think I do have it, but I don't do. Yo, Esco bought that.
Didn't you
for
get
me.
it signed?
Esco bought The Heist for me.
Is it signed by Ryan Lewis?
It's not signed by anybody, and it's not like the
album.
leather case that I wanted. But you know my Macklemore story is that the only reason that I even considered listening to his music is because he was putting out incredible music videos. And every time I watched his music videos, I was like, yo, what was the shot on? This is beautiful. This is dope. I like it. Yeah. And then I just kept listening to the music.
Yeah, that was his thing.
And then, most of his music is rooted in story. And I like storytelling. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, it was just like a perfect blend of things, which is hilarious because I'm talking about how it's better than Good Kid, Mad City. But I'm
right.
Hey, man.
That album has a terrible story.
I'm just like when you
not presented well.
When you put it there, like once you hit the end of Good Kid, Mad City, if it was just Sing About Me, we're good. But we got like Real and those songs at the end that I'm just like, all right, you took it out. And I don't like Poetic Justice.
Poetic Justice is okay.
I don't like Now or Never with Mary J. Blige. So
okay, those bonus tracks don't count. Like that's
but don't they? Don't put your bonus tracks on the album if you don't want me to judge the album. Like if you want me to just be like, all right, we're good on this. Like you can't tell me that like you'll watch a Marvel movie and then like the credits will roll and the end credit scene comes on and you're like, well, that doesn't affect anything.
Yeah. Or it does, or it like affects the score of the movie. Like the end credit scene, the Easter egg that they added brings it down to like an 8.
Exactly. Like,
it was great until the end credit scene. Yeah. That was confusing.
But I mean, like, if it ties in, like, if you just tag on an end credit scene and it's like horrible, I'm gonna be like, I don't ever need to go back to the end of this movie, which kind of affects it as a whole.
Sure. So you're saying that the bonus tracks on Good Kid, Mad City are the same as they're the same as the post credit scenes in any MCU movie.
No, I'm saying that because they don't have...
Because what you didn't know is Black Boy Fly is the same character in Damn. So those two are connected.
I'm saying like, all right,
because he found the Tesseract in Compton.
So
I'm done.
there's so because it doesn't have credits in the middle, I take it as still part of the album. It's not like, and this concludes Good Kid, Mad City. Stay tuned for the bonus tracks. And then they come on, because if I heard that, then I would just like stop the album. But when bonus tracks just play, like I'm gonna keep going. And like so if it was like, all right, the Food and Liquor 10-year anniversary, right? It's the album, and then it has like theme music to a drive-by, Carrera Lou, and then one other song I can't remember. But anyway, Tilted. So there's 3 extra songs, right? But it's after the outro song on Food and Liquor, which is just a 12-minute beat and him naming people. So by the time I get to the end of Lupe Fiasco's Food and Liquor, I hear Kick Push 2, and then I hear dun 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 dun, and I'm like, I can turn this off. So those other songs don't affect it. But I go from...
There's a natural end to the album.
Yeah, I go from song to an entirely other song on Good Kid, Mad City. Yeah. So I don't feel like I could call those bonus tracks, especially because they're just on the album. So there's like a Target version of the album that has even more, like it has the Recipe remix and I think another song, right?
Yeah.
So I don't count those songs because they're not on my album. Like if I go to Spotify, like those songs aren't there. So don't call them bonus tracks if they're still on the album.
No, they're Target bonus tracks.
Yeah, like...
Remember when that was a thing?
Yeah. Just like the Japanese bonus
tracks. Recipe's a great song, though. Recipe still bangs.
It is.
Yeah.
And like I like Black Boy Fly, too.
Well...
it's cool.
Yeah, well, if you listen to the whole discography and then go back to Black Boy Fly, it all makes more sense.
Right.
Because you catch all the Easter eggs.
And now apparently, it's funny because it comes full circle because on Black Boy Fly, he talks about how he used to be jealous of the game because he came out of Compton and, made it as a rapper and he was still there. And now the game is apparently insinuating that he is better than Kendrick Lamar at rapping.
Did you just New Rockstars the game and Kendrick Lamar beef? Is that what you just did? Game is upset because people are saying Kendrick Lamar is better than him. I mean, obviously. the game documentary is great.
The game is bad at people for spitting facts.
Yeah, documentary is a great album. But after that, I mean, I don't know.
He has really good songs over the course of his discography. I'll give him that.
Yeah, he does.
At this point,
good, like singles.
If you put his discography up against Kendrick Lamar's discography, even in less albums, Kendrick's discography is winning.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Kendrick's discography is winning against almost everybody.
Yeah.
I think. Like, I don't know if anybody has this is hyperbole, but I feel like nobody has as consistent of a discography as Kendrick Lamar does. Even his like worst albums or albums that people don't like as much are still better than a lot of your favorite rappers' albums.
Yo, it's sad when like his untitled, unmastered album is fire.
It's fire.
Which are
levitate
throwaways of To Pimp a Butterfly.
Yeah. It's crazy.
And there were also his To Pimp a Butterfly rollout.
Yeah.
His B-sides were just a rollout for the album.
Go watch all of those like late show performances. He's just doing Untitled Unmastered.
Yeah.
To roll out the album. And then LeBron's like, you got to drop that album. Thank God.
Yeah. So I think
his Black Panther soundtrack probably better than a lot of other dudes' discographies. Just that soundtrack.
Yeah. So while there are people who have long discographies, like I'd say, like if you pull out like four Jay-Z albums, you could definitely do. You
could pull out like maybe like 3 Scarface albums that might go against it.
Eminem, you could probably do 3 for sure. Yeah, and then it's risky because it's like, all right, so if you're talking hits, like Drake got him, like it's fine, like Drake's out there, like But if you're just talking about like catalog, it's hard. Like especially for mainstream artists, like there are probably a bunch of like, give me Run the Jewels 1 through 4, like if you add those to like a Killer Mike discography, like like if you add those to an LP discography, like But if you like putting them up against like Eminem, Snoop, it's hard.
No one has been as consistent. Yeah, like I'm a Kendrick stan, but like I'm saying for a reason. His consistency is insane. Like there are you can love Big Sean, but you're not going to sit there and run all of Big Sean's albums from top to bottom.
Absolutely not.
No. He's got like maybe 1.5 very good albums and a bunch of good songs.
Yeah.
Not all Kendrick songs are heaters. I mean, we talked about the ones we didn't like on Good Kid, Mad City, but you could still sit there and run from top to bottom those songs and go, yeah, this is still bangs, and it ages well.
Even the songs that I don't like are not gonna prevent me from listening to them. I'm just gonna be like, I don't want to listen to this, but like I'll still
Poetic Justice. I've heard a lot.
I'll still run Good Kid, Mad City, from start to finish.
Yeah,
including the bonus tracks.
Section 80, start to finish, no skips.
Oh, of course. And Run It Again.
One more time, backwards.
Yeah.
Easy. Yeah. Like and it's sad because now I'm thinking about J. Cole, who always gets compared to Kendrick, but J. Cole's discography is weak. Like he's got sans mixtapes.
Okay.
Like just albums, he's got a weak discography.
He has, in my opinion, 2 really good albums in 2014, Forest Hills Drive and KOD. As I tell people consistently who will never listen to me, For Your Eyes Only is a cinematic masterpiece, and that's just facts.
That album is for you and his friend's daughter.
It's really good from like a storytelling standpoint, lyrically.
I'll go back to it. Just
construction wise, it's just not an album that you want to listen to. But
it's not very exciting.
But that's what I'm saying. Like I think that's a weird take on music, because I guess in a sense it's like that's what you want to hear from it. Like it has to be something that captivates you, but at the same time, it's like, yo, man, like movies like Schindler's List exists where you watch it one time and you're like, I don't ever need to watch that again ever in life. But I recognize it as a cinematic masterpiece and an incredible movie. But but you can't say that for an album, which is weird. Like I feel like there should be albums that you listen to once and be like, this was a good album, but I never want to hear it again. And I feel like that's how I feel about For Your Eyes Only. The first time I listened to it, I really didn't like it. And then I listened to it again and listened to everything he was saying and listened to how the motif of the instrumentals ran throughout it.
He was sitting there playing the instruments on that album.
He was
really producing it.
Yeah, like how it had an underlying score to it. Thematically, there was subject lines that weaved through each song. Like it made sense as an album, and it flowed well as an album, but at the same time I can understand that I never want to go back to hearing you talk about folding clothes. But at the same time, I can understand that that's a big thing for you because you're a dude who just got out of the drug game, who's trying to take care of your pregnant wife, who's having a child, who you plan on being in their life now, and you're doing the mundane shit that you never thought that you were going to do in your life because of the life that you were leading. So you're folding clothes and drinking almond milk and doing these things that this woman who you've met, who you are in love with, who's having your child, is telling you to do to better yourself. Right. And it's just like, as a song, like maybe if he made like an entire like visualizer album, and it was film, like people would appreciate it more than it being straight song. Yeah. But I think I have the imagination to like test that out. Like I'm seeing all of these things. Like I'm indoctrinated into this person's life. Now, like once again, musically it's like I can take it or leave it, but just from a story perspective, it all makes sense perfectly, and I think that it's his most concise album out of all of them.
Interesting. Yeah, I guess musically it's all very it all flows very well. Is KOD not like a top J. Cole album for you?
It is.
Oh. Wait, did you say KOD?
Yeah.
Oh, you did.
I said his great albums are 2014 Forest Hills Drive and KOD, and I think For Your Eyes Only is probably his best album, but it's the album that is the least raved and that the least people are going to listen to.
Right. And
it's not, I mean, it's definitely not my favorite album. It's my least favorite album from him.
Yeah.
But I think it's his best album.
I feel like if he put it out later in his career, like if he put out For Your Eyes Only like 4 years from now, I think it might have been received a little bit better.
No,
because I feel like people were expecting bars from him at the time, and so it was.
No, I don't think it was either. People weren't respecting. I don't think people were expecting anything from him at that time, because it was a like quick release, the same as 2014 Forest Hills Drive. I think it had like a 2-week window of people knowing that it existed.
2014 came out first, though.
Yeah, that was 2014, and then For Your Eyes Only came out in 2016.
That's the thing, though. 2014 was like, I think that's him rapping at some of his like his best abilities, and I think, at least for me, I'll say for me, I was expecting more of that, and then For Your Eyes Only came out, and I was like, okay. And but that being said, I haven't listened.
But he also has Wet Dreams on 2014 Forest Hills Drive.
I was gonna say, yeah. I mean, would you rather hear about folding clothes or him getting a boner in physics class or whatever in high school?
Math class.
Math class. My bad.
And the worst thing about that is that like it goes from January to all right. So once again, thematically, it makes sense,
right?
But just from a listening standpoint, it sucks because it goes from January 28th, which is an incredible song, to Wet Dreams, where you're like, why is this happening? To Tale of Two Cities, which is fire.
Yeah. One of the best beats ever.
Why would you put Wet Dreams between those two songs?
Sometimes J. Cole's too normal.
It's like undoubtedly the sloppy toppy of 2014 Forest Hills Drive.
Yeah, we skipped that one. It could have been so good. Yeah, J. Cole's too normal sometimes. He's like too much of just a dude. Like just a guy rapping. And that's why we get Wet Dreams and Folding Clothes. It's like, just be a larger than life rapper. But I mean, whatever. There's a lane for it. J. Cole's great.
But I mean, I think in his future run, that's what you saw him getting in his bag with. Yeah, it's just like, I'm gonna just out rap everybody, except for like on a lot where I'll do it, but also just talk about how I was in the studio with people and pray that Markel Fultz gets his shot better. That was his verse. That was it. Fire, but
sounded great with 21 Savage.
Yeah.
But he can just turn it on, which is dope. That makes Cole kind of scary.
Mhm.
Because he's just like, oh yeah, I can just out rap you right now.
Yeah. So did you want to segue from that into why you into a topic that you said we had to discuss?
Well, I mean, we don't have to discuss it. I'm just pissed off, man. It's like for some reason, rappers think that we just want to buy shoes right now. When there's a pandemic, there's nowhere to go. I have no reason to buy your shoes. I'm sitting at home, so I would rather just listen to your album than buy your shoes while I'm sitting here in my sweatpants working from home. So if I see another Instagram post from like TDE or Dreamville or whatever, that's just like, it's just like the TDE just put it out. It's like 3 pictures of Kendrick Lamar. I was like, oh shit, we about to get visuals. And then I look at the description. It's like, you get your Nike Cortez, Good Kid, Mad City Dreamers. I'm like, this is ridiculous. I'm pissed off now. And then, I mean, every J. Cole Instagram post is an advertisement for his shoes. But he names his shoes the same thing he names his albums. So I was like, I don't know what I'm trying to buy right now. So it's annoying, man. It's like, just put some music out when we need it the most. Don't try to sell merch.
So I'll say 2 things. Number one, it was hilarious when people were speculating that he was dropping an album when he released those pictures for his shoes. Yeah. And they were like, yo, For Your Eyes Only dropped the same day 4 years ago. They're like, nah, these are just the new shoes.
The link in bio goes to the Adidas store.
The second thing is
what are those? Are those the Dreamers?
These are the J. Cole's. These are the Dreamer 2s.
Are those? When did those come out?
These came out last week.
Those are the new ones.
These are the new ones. The ones where he recreated the photo of 2014 Forest Hills Drive wearing these.
All right. Are they comfortable? Are they dope shoes?
They are. They are indeed.
Right, that's fine.
I've been wearing them all day. They're cool.
Where did you get them? StockX?
The Puma. The Puma website.
Puma.com?
Yeah.
Link in bio? Nice. Well, that's fine.
So I mean, I do want shoes.
So what's your rebuttal?
I do want shoes, but I would prefer the music. Like
I would prefer the music.
If J. Cole was like, hey guys, I'm gonna let you know something. I gotta stop making shoes because I gotta make music. I'd be like, all right, cool.
Not the other way around. I gotta stop making albums because I gotta make shoes.
No one is telling J. Cole, Kanye West. I guess Kanye West is kind of right now like he can make shoes if he wants to. Kendrick, we don't want another pair of Cortezes. Like
no.
if this Isaiah Rashad music video is actually just a commercial for a shoe, imagine
it's his new shoes with Duke Deuce.
Imagine how horrible everybody would be.
He's about to drop the Duke Deuces on everybody.
Like I'm definitely rioting if like you just see it's like a PG Lang times Adidas commercial. Like, it's beautifully cinematic. It has
the girl from Blackish is in it.
It has like a 16-second snippet of an Isaiah Rashad song in the beginning that's super hard, and you're like, yo. And then you look at the runtime, and it's 26 seconds long. You're like,
and it's just like Kendrick Lamar meditating on a lamppost.
Yeah, and it just ends like, Adidas.
Come on, dog.
And you're like, what? Hold on, you mean that shot where he was running? That was a new pair of shoes?
It just says like Dreamers 3. You're like, God damn it. They did a collab. I gotta get them though. Stupid. Stupid Dave Free and Kendrick Lamar and TDE and that whole camp. I hate you guys.
But I really think an album is coming. Like I think Isaiah Rashad is really releasing an album. And I think SZA is really releasing an album too. Like it's gonna be a weird weird year.
It's February 4th. They're recording this. Nothing has come out this year.
At all.
Literally the only thing that's come out this year is like bonus albums.
Yeah.
Like I added a bunch of music to this album I put out last year.
Mm-hmm.
Party Next Door keeps putting out old albums. Like it's like, yeah, whatever. I'm not putting out. I don't think any of these come out. Rap albums.
Not even a mixtape.
Mm-mm.
Like nothing.
No.
I
think it's because Biden's in office. That's probably why. We got so much music when Trump was in office.
Oh
now that Biden's here, like, well.
Yo, all I'm saying is Obama, 0 J Electronica albums. Trump, 2 J Electronica albums. 2
Biden.
Full J Electronica albums came out during Trump's presidency.
Damn.
You thought the Obama administration was going to give us Detox finally? But no. They gave us Compton.
Compton was okay.
Yeah, but it wasn't Detox. They never gave us Detox. Yo, I so look forward to the hackers that leak the 8,628 song detox folder.
The whole terabyte hard drive. The whole SSD that's on Dr. Dre's computer.
It's like, yo, why is Detox as big as the OnlyFans leak? Like, why is there this much content? You scroll through thinking like, oh, maybe there's like raw footage and videos in here. Nope. Straight songs.
No. That's it. Just
all just organized by like feature 2 and writer.
Yeah.
There's like
They're
Wayne
all hella long.
Wayne features folder and then Wayne writer folder.
Yeah, they're all organized very nicely.
2007
but you
Drake.
get all the different eras. Like what? This says like Run the Jewels album 2005. Like what? How did he get this? What the hell? J Electronica Act 3. He's got it all.
Yo, that's ridiculous.
He's got the secret Kendrick Lamar album we thought was going to come out the day after Damn.
It was like, nah, we just
the blue cover.
That was all writing for Detox.
Yeah, that was it. Damn. He's got the Black Hippie album. He's got everything. Dre's holding on to everything.
Long Term 3.
He's got the new Tupac tracks.
It's crazy. Like, you think Absol in 2012 is like, no, that's not even 2000. That's 2011. Yeah, long term mentality. It's like whoever think I'd get the right for Dr. Dre, he probably thought it was trash and threw that shit away. He's like, no, it's just on the hard drive. It'll be there forever.
It's mixed. It sounds great.
Yeah.
They're all
wonderful.
mixed and mastered.
Hey, good job. Honestly, good job.
It's great.
Oh man.
I don't know. I hope music comes out soon because this shit sucks.
I do too. But man, we're getting
this wasn't an old Doom.
Conway Big Ghost.
Are we?
Yeah.
Great.
That's coming up.
Didn't they already put an album out?
Yeah, last year.
Oh, they didn't put anything out. Yeah, they did. Okay. So we're getting another one.
Yep.
We're getting a Schoolboy and Freddie Gibbs song tonight.
Oh, word. We're getting a JID 3-pack for streaming of songs that already exist. But I mean, if you want to listen to JID and Conway the Machine again on Spotify.
Great. Congrats.
And that's it. You know what? Let me pull up. Let's see if they actually have any 2021 hip-hop releases. 2021.
Well, like with the dates next to them?
Because I feel like everything is just gonna have to like at the end of 2020, it was just like these albums are coming out, and then mad albums were just TBD. And I'm like, that's basically what's gonna end up happening like here. Like, all right, so it says we've actually got a few albums. All right, so that is an album that I did not listen to. Nick Caution dropped a project. I listened to two of his singles, which both were pretty good. We got the Conflicted motion picture soundtrack, but did that movie come out? The Griselda soundtrack?
What?
Yeah, Griselda and Black
Oh.
Soprano
I don't
Family
think it came out.
conflicted original motion picture soundtrack, even though I don't think the movie came out. Apparently there was a Little Skies album that came out. Lil Durk's deluxe album.
So see, everyone's dropping deluxe albums.
The God Fahim and Your Old Droog had a collaborative album. And Papoose.
Cool. Good. I'm glad.
Now let me tell you the
Who's gonna
upcoming
retire?
releases.
Yeah.
Apparently Slow Tie is dropping an album this month, next year. I mean next year,
Cool.
next week. And allegedly The Plugs I Met Too comes out on March 19th. I'll believe it when I see it. They have Pusha T's King Push as to be announced.
That's been to be announced for like 3 years.
And then just a disgustingly long list of unscheduled and to be announced albums. My God.
Yep.
You got the likes of 2
Everything
Chainz and Lil
from
Wayne.
last year that didn't come out.
Yeah, Black, Ab-Soul, Anderson .Paak, ASAP Mob, ASAP Rocky, Bow Wow, Cardi B, who I'm assuming has to drop, Chris Brown, DJ Khaled with another, DMX. Dr. Dre's Detox is on this list. I don't want to read it anymore.
It's coming out? Oh my God.
Yo, if Biden gives us a Detox, then he wins over J-Lec. I'm sorry.
He's a Hall of Fame president.
Yeah, like he just his face on Mount Rushmore only. Him and Dr. Dre.
Oh, we got a TBA Lance Skywalker album. So.
Yo, all right. So funniest thing, Brandon. I hope you can hear me out there. So we're sitting there talking. I go in the living room. Brandon's like, "Yo, did TDE sign a new artist?" I'm like, "I don't know. Who are you talking about?" He was like, "I don't know." He was like, "But they like posted a guy on Isaiah Rashad's story. Like they posted him and like, he's there." And then he's looking. He's like, "Yeah, Zakari." And I'm like, "Yo, Zakari's been signed to TDE since like 2016." I'm like, "Yo, we like he dropped an EP." I was like, "We watched one of his music videos." I was like, "He was on the Suns tirade." I was like, "He's on the Suns tirade.
He was on Damn.
He's on Damn. He's on Love." I was like, "I'm pretty sure he's on Redemption." I was like, he was on Do Without Wilt." I was like, "Zakari has been around." He was like, "Look, man, I just don't know." And I was like, "Yo, you are obviously just, I was like, "You're in your world. Like, you're just seeing what you want to see at this point." Because, yo, how do you miss Zakari? Like, that was hilarious.
Zakari was on the
He's on the Black Panther album too.
Yeah, he's on the Black Panther album.
Like, he's probably on like every release that has come out.
Yeah. Or they added him back in.
Oh man.
Whatever. So nothing's coming out this year.
Yeah, nothing's coming out.
Maybe Certified Lover Boy.
Do you think we'll get the Big Day 2 this year? It's just
no.
Chance the Rapper talking about him getting vaccinated so that he can go on tour.
No, I don't care.
I just got the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. I just got the Johnson and everybody knows that I love my wife, so I had to go and get that Moderna twice.
That's great. We don't need it. We don't need it. We have you now. I need you to just put out your own version of the Big Day. Just your best Chance the Rapper bars over some like trash SoundCloud beats we made like 4 years ago.
Bet.
That's what I need.
Yeah, but I mean, honestly, like I feel like this. I feel like this Isaiah Rashad album is coming out, and I mean, Reasons mixtape came out last year because he doesn't call it an album, so maybe we'll get another Reason album.
If the song that's coming out with Duke Deuce is an Isaiah Rashad song, then I think we're gonna get an album.
Right.
If it's a Duke Deuce like featuring Isaiah Rashad, either way, I'm excited about that song. But like, if it is an Isaiah Rashad song, I think we're gonna get something soon. Yeah, we'll probably get SZA at some point. I don't think we're gonna get Kendrick until like everyone's vaccinated. I think Kendrick is waiting for herd immunity before he drops his album.
And to be heard.
Yes, exactly.
Yo, that would be. I don't know what Kendrick Lamar's opinions on vaccines are, but that would be the illest, like black people vaccination rollout and white people vaccination rollout. As if
you got to get the card with both, so you get the album.
No. If he was just like, look, I won't be heard until we have herd immunity, they'd be like, hey, yo, let's get this vaccine, bro. Like,
yeah, we got it. Yo.
Yeah, like
you better. I need you to put a mixtape out tomorrow. That's herd immunity, but it's herd like herd. Put that out tomorrow so that nobody takes it. That's your new shit.
like, like yeah, like if Drake is like, I'm not dropping Certified Lover Boy until we get a 65% immunization rate in the United States. Like, I'm telling you.
Kamala Harris is part of the Certified Lover Boy rollout.
Quickest way. Oh, man.
Oh, I love it. That's the only way I'm getting these albums, so wear your masks.
Yeah.
So
I mean, yeah.
Drake album.
Either get the vaccine or wear your mask. It's one of the two options you have right now.
Otherwise, we're not getting rap albums.
More contagious strands of the virus are coming out every single day. Like,
yes.
Just wear your mask.
The more time we get in between Kendrick Lamar albums, the COVID has been mutating every single day. That's what you're doing. You're stopping us from getting
disgusting.
Disgusting.
How dare you? I'm looking. You. Stop it. Wear a mask.
I don't know. What else? I feel like that's... I didn't have anything else to talk about.
Yeah, no, I mean, we're almost an hour and a half. This is our normal...
Yeah.
This is our normal limit, on episodes.
We're good. I
can ask you one question.
Yes.
It's another podcast, but how do you feel that this Joe Budden podcast moving to Patreon is going to affect the podcast and recording industries, as a whole?
I don't know. I didn't think about that. I do think it's interesting that he's moving to a Patreon only podcast, but also he's like,
it's not exclusive.
Oh, it's not exclusive. Okay.
Yeah. So the deal that he has right now is that, so he has 3 tiers. I think he has like a $5, a $10, and a $25 tier. The highest tier, or so the regular tier, I think the 5 and the 10, I think all of them, they have 2 extra Joe Budden podcast episodes that are Patreon exclusive.
Okay.
That will only be on the Patreon platform. And then they have like discount codes and like pre-sales for the live show.
Right.
And then once you get higher up there, I think the $25 one has an extra show. So like there's just like another show on the Joe Budden podcast, the Joe Budden network. Yeah, so there's like a new show that's Patreon exclusive, and then you get like behind the scenes and stuff like that for the Patreon. So, but the show will still live on all of the streaming platforms that is available on. So it's not exclusive, and they still have like the YouTube. It'll still go on YouTube.
Right.
So I will say two things about that. All right, so I think the first thing is what he probably it'll affect his view count, but what he probably should do is release an unlisted version of the audio podcast with video onto his page, because I don't think he posts the episodes with the music on it because of like demonetization and stuff.
Yeah.
So they wouldn't get any revenue if he would have posted with all of the, music that they're not supposed to be playing. So if you have a Patreon subscription and they have like an unlisted version of the podcast with the music on it, then people will be more inclined to watch the actual episode on YouTube with the music playing, because it's going to be a better experience instead of them saying, yeah, if you're on YouTube, we're listening to this.
Yeah.
But then also, I think that they've made a big point that this is a move in order to benefit creators because of the profit splits on Spotify and other streaming platforms. And the CEO of Patreon, like the video that he released when he was talking about the situation with Joe and why they decided to partner up with Patreon, is just like, you can see that this could be a tip. Like, it's hard because basically their motto is pay the creators what they're worth. So when you say pay the creators what you're worth, it implies that you have a built-in audience already. So so that makes sense, because in these situations, like Spotify and all of these other platforms are picking up podcasts and shows that already have a pre-existing audience, and they're bringing them to them so that they can expand their audience, and also in order to boost like their like Spotify exclusive revenue and everything. Like, so those same people could go to Patreon and they could get higher splits, because I think they said that Patreon splits are capped at 12%. So that means that 88% of the revenue that you're getting from Patreon is going straight to your pocket, which is going to be so much higher than if you're just getting streams from Spotify, Tidal, Apple, wherever you're getting them. So I think that's going to be big for like well-established creators, but at the same time, once again, it's going to be hard to think about when you're a small creator, because it's like, we shouldn't create a Patreon today. Like, it probably wouldn't be in our best interest, but like once like a fan base builds up and we start getting more viewership and everything, like then that's the time where you go into a subscription model. So I feel like it's going to be it'll be interesting to see who follows him along that path, because there are big places, or even not necessarily big, but places that have a decent sized viewership. Like Dead End Hip Hop is not huge, but they have a Patreon. Like Lost in Vegas, like they have a Patreon. Like there are places, there are channels on YouTube that are supported by Patreon, and the likes that I see, and it'll be interesting to see like if like a big tier artist comes down and they have like a Patreon subscription, like that would be wild. Interesting. Like imagine if Joe releases his next album on Patreon. Right. Like if he was just like, you guys have been talking about an album, I'll give you an album, it's Patreon only. Subscribe to the $25 tier and you'll have access to it. Right. Like stuff like that, I think is like a huge draw for artists, but I also think that if you're not independent, it's probably tricky to do. But if you're an independent artist, you've got a fan base. Yeah, but if you're an independent artist with a fan base, I think that might be the move for moving forward.
And he's got like a pretty big role over there, so I think his plan is to bring more people over, like young creatives and maybe artists. Yeah, he'll bring over That'd be interesting. I'd be interested to see how that rolls out. If he
'Cause, I mean,
actually brings like musicians over.
He brought the network, so that includes See the Thing Is, and then Girl I Guess, the other 2 podcasts that he has on his platform. So that's 5 additional people right there. And I'm sure he has plans to expand the network as well, because he has the additional show that he's doing. And I'm sure there's going to be more shows with more creatives. I'm just waiting to see when he's going to be able to rustle Lupe Fiasco and Royce the 5'9" from their podcast.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see how that shakes out. But congrats to Joe. He's got a nice check now. And he's got some Patreon money. But if you want to see us get a Patreon, then
subscribe to this YouTube channel.
Yeah, and keep telling people about our podcast so we can run these numbers up.
Yeah. Please. I beg of you.
Shaheer's got kids.
I don't.
Help him out.
But I have
He's got to pay for those Dreamers.
Yeah, I gotta buy these shoes. Like I'm sure another colorway is coming out soon.
Yeah, they're on lease on his feet. So please help him pay for those.
Like they're probably gonna come out with a red colorway. Actually, it's funny because you can buy these shoes with Afterpay, which is like a 4 installment pay.
Yeah.
But if you
that's good. That's great. Let's put the community in debt.
If you want to buy them before they sell out, then you better just pay them with your money, because setting up an account would be like a ridiculous amount of time you spend.
Don't buy things you can't afford. Save your money. Invest.
Buy things you can't afford all the time.
But yeah, okay, that's true, I guess.
I mean, but make sure they're investments and can make money. Like you can't afford to buy a full house, but if you have the down payment for a house and that house can make you money, buy it.
There you go. Even if it's in like a crappy area, fix it up. Wait for the market to get a little bit better.
Yeah,
you're eating.
And then just rent it out as a rental property. Like if your mortgage is $700 and you can get $1,200 in rent and it's a reputable person, hey, let that happen. Let the property value increase, and then boom. Next thing you know, you spent $200,000 and you have a $360,000 house that is now on the market in a thriving community that you can sell.
Exactly. Don't get your money advice from Reddit. Don't be a dumbass. I did buy a $70 Star Wars action figure that I'm pretty excited about. That should come Saturday.
Who'd you get?
Have you heard of those Tamashii Nation figures? Nope. So they're basically like this Japanese company that makes they make a bunch of like anime and movie and TV show figures, but they have these basically like reimagined Star Wars like characters in old samurai style.
Oh,
so I got this black stormtrooper that has like a katana and it's in like shogun armor and shit. It's pretty dope.
That is dope. I like that.
It's pretty fire.
I've been thinking about getting collectibles like that.
Yeah,
Brandon said it's not for him, but yeah, I got a couple that I have my eye on. Like I probably wouldn't like go to the point where I'd get a whole room of them, but
no.
Yeah, like 10 tops maybe.
Yeah.
And
I'm building a little army.
Yeah, they don't depreciate in value, which is cool.
They don't.
Is
those Star Wars
there's something
more expensive.
I'm noticing right now? There's something on your mic stand.
Yeah.
Is that Goku?
Remember those Burger King like Mighty Kids meals? They had a run where they had little Dragon Ball Z figures, and so I've had this literally since I was a kid. Wow. Is that Goku or Gohan? It's Goku.
Okay.
And I got my little Gundam up there.
Can't see it. It's out of frame. But the vinyl looks so much better. You've placed it in the correct spot. Yeah.
Yes, placed in the correct spot. I've also adjusted my lighting, and my brightness and my saturation. Yeah, you're looking good over there. You can I got a light here. I got a light here.
Yeah, you can almost rival me.
I gotta find a marker. I might color this light in, like you said.
Yeah, no, I think you should do it.
Yeah, I might do like a red behind me. Well, this has been the Don't Fake podcast. We kept it pretty light, kept it low key. We had nothing. There's nothing going on, so
yeah, there's nothing at all. We just wanted to pod.
I miss Shaheer. I want to talk to him.
By the
We don't hang out.
serial killer 10-year anniversary at funclothing.com. That's fun.
Get those pre-orders in. PHUN clothing.com. Get a sweatshirt. Get a t-shirt. I still got mine.
Here's your old one. Yo,
I still got my old one.
You bought it before the discount. Good for you.
Trying to help you out.
I appreciate that.
I got you, dog.
Everybody else was like, yo, can I like pick it up then not pay shipping and handling? And I was like, I mean, yeah.
I mean, I'll probably still come pick it up, but whatever. But yeah, go pre-order one of those fun clothing shirts. Follow them on Instagram. I'm glad you brought that back.
Freak of Nature.
That's dope.
I'll put it right here.
I hope you got more designs coming.
Maybe.
Gotta follow to figure it out.
So we'll see. If this does fairly well, I've actually, it's weird because it's interesting to see like how like market like exists, and at the same time you don't really know, if people are being truthful or not. Like if you put something out, will they actually buy it? Because once again, that's kind of the reason why Fun stopped, is because we put the shirt where we put the most money into and had the highest quality. We printed on American Apparel shirts for the first time. We had custom tags inside. We had the back label, and like we printed stickers and had different mailer bags. So the cost to print the shirts was way higher. It was the price of all of the shirts that we had previously printed combined. So we got those and nobody bought them. So yeah, we just had a bunch sitting. Like I think like I'll just give them to people like to wear, like if they needed, like if they stayed at my house and like they needed an extra shirt. Like Esco probably had like 7 of them. Like just in his life, was just like, yo, like these guys, this one has pit stains in it. And I'm like, yeah, no, here, take another one. Like there was so many that just sat. So yeah, we just didn't have the money to finance any of the new stuff. And in hindsight, I think back then I was so focused on creating like a overall brand that people kept asking about the serial killer, and I was like running away from that. I was like, nah, we're done with the serial killer. Like, yeah, we want to make more stuff than that. But then like looking back at the designs, especially as you've grown over, like I'll look back at the designs and I'll be like, you know what, these are like I don't want any of these. Like, so like when you talk about like designs, like I'll look at the designs that I had and I'll be like, I don't want to make any of these. There's one design that I may make that's a companion piece to the serial killer. Okay. That I may release depending on the reception of this shirt and how it sells. Yeah. So, but like I was saying, the reason I said that is because people kept talking about like, oh man, the Fun logo, I love it, and I was like, what? Because I mean, granted, the Fun logo tees also sold out, but it was a chore to sell them out like this. The serial killers, like they came and went. The logo tees, it was just like. The black ones sold out a couple weeks. The white ones stayed around for a decent amount of time. So I was like, all right, so people don't really care about the logo. Let's just find some other stuff. And now people are telling me like, yo, I like the logo. So I'm like, maybe I'll do like logo tees. And if it gets a reception, like I'll do like more logo tees and hats and stuff until I can get the motivation. But yeah, like I was talking to Esco, and Esco was like, yo, I'm kind of past Fun, and like I don't know, like if anybody else that was around during that time is really like in it. And it's like I don't really have too many concepts for like Fun stuff. Maybe if this gets a good reception, like some will plop back into my head like they did back then, but right now I don't. I do have another brand that I've been working on for a while, and that has a bunch of
Okay.
A bunch of ideas and concepts that I'm thinking about rolling out, but that would be a whole different like endeavor. So it's just like, yeah, I gotta plan that properly, and that's it. And it's kind of like the same thing. I'm using fun as a trial run right now to see like how to do everything, because fortunately I have the money to do it. So yeah, it's just like, now that I have like the funds, like if I spend $600 on a shirt and the shirt flops, it's not gonna hurt me as much as it would have back then, because I didn't have $600. I didn't have $200.
Yeah.
Like we started the freaking serial killer shirts. We could have did before those. We put in $36 a piece in order to like pull in to buy those on Hanes beefy tees in 2011 for $206. And it's like the amount of money that we're spending on just the hoodie alone is insane.
Yeah.
It's like 5 times that, I think.
Yeah. It'll be worth it. Go pre-order those so we can get some Tan Confetti collab fun shirts.
I mean, I'm down.
Putting that out there. All right, bet. Well, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening. If it's your first time, awesome. If it's if you've been listening for a while, thanks for hanging out with us. But yeah, stay safe. Don't be a dickhead. Go, call your parents or something. Just go be a good person.
Watch Cobra Kai.
Go watch Cobra Kai.
Make an album.
Yeah, make an album and send it to us.
Yeah.
So we can review it. So something to do.
All right.
Peace. Thank you very much.